So today we're going to be working through this paper 1 for Core Maths IGCSE February-March 2023. So let's start. Starting with the first question, write down the number 25 million in figures. We know million is 6 zeros, right? So we just put our 25 and our 6 zeros. That's our 25 million right there. Then number 2, write 0.7 is a fraction. We know that this is our units and this is 1 over 10. It's 1 over 10. The following number will be 1 over 100 and 1 over 1000, going on and on. So this should be 7 over 10, right? 7 over 10. Then 2b, it says write 13 over 20 as a percentage. We know percentage means out of 100. So 13 over 20 as a percentage is just 13 over 20 multiplied by 100. We know 20 into 21, 20 into 100 5 times. Then we say 13 times the 5. We get our 15, which is 65. Right? Then we're given a list of numbers here for third question. Then the question says, from the list of numbers, find the numbers which are less than minus 5. Numbers which are less than minus 5. Looking at this list here, we know that minus 7 is to the left of minus 5, so it's less, and minus 8 is also less, and what else? Minus 6. So we're picking numbers that are to the left side of minus 5 on a number line. Those numbers are the ones that are less than minus 5. So then we write minus 6, minus 7, and minus 8. And that's it. Moving on to 3b, says the product of the largest number and the smallest number. The largest number that's positive, that's our 15 right here. 15. And the smallest number is minus 8. Like I said, the smallest number, it's minus 8 right here. So it's just multiplying 15 and 8, keeping the minus in mind. We know this is 40, we carry the 4, then we add the 4 to 8. This gives us 120, which is minus 120. That's our answer. When we multiply the largest number, which is our 15, and the smallest number, which is our minus 8, that's the number that is furthest to our left on a number line. That will be minus 8. Let me make some space here. All right. Number 4. An exam starts at 11:50 and lasts for 2¼ hours. Work out the time that the exam finishes. So let's convert 2¼ hours into minutes. Right. First of all, we can directly add 15, no, not 13. 13, that's because I've added 2 to 11 to make it 1350. Right? That's 1150 plus 2 hours. That's 1350. Then ¼ hours. ¼ hours is 1/4 times 60 minutes. Right? Which gives us 15. So ¼ hours is 15 minutes. So we're adding 15 minutes to 1350. 1350 and now 15 minutes. We see that we get 1405. The reason why we get 1405 is 1350 plus 15 gives us 1365, but we know that 65 is 1 hour 5 minutes. So adding the 1 hour to 13, we get 14 and 5 minutes. So 14:05. Right? We have 2.25 hours, which is 2 hours and 15 minutes that we're adding to this. If we add 2 hours to 11, we'll get 13. If we add 15 minutes to 50, we get 65. But we know we have 60 minutes in 1 hour. So it means we're going to add 1 hour to 13 to give us 14. And we're going to be left with 5 minutes after taking that out. And this brings us to 14:05. Then number 5. Write 56.17345 correct to 1 decimal place. 1 decimal place, that's our first decimal place here, which is 1. So we look at the number that is next to 1 on its right. If that number is greater than 5, we add 1 to this one. But if the number is less than 5, this one remains the same. And in this case, it's 7, which obviously is greater than 5. So we're going to add 1 to this one over here to get 56,2. And that will be our answer correct to 1 decimal place. So we write here 56,2. Moving on to number 6. Work out the number of seconds in 5 hours. The number of seconds in 5 hours. Okay, first of all, we know that 1 hour, sorry. Let's start with 1 hour is 60 minutes. 1 hour is 60 minutes, right? And 1 minute is 60 seconds. I'm sure most of you know this. It's 60 seconds. So we want to first find out how many minutes we have in 5 hours. So that will be 5 times 60, which you can write like this if you're not using your calculator. We get 300 minutes. 300 minutes. So we have 300 minutes. Then we want to see how many seconds we have in 300 minutes, knowing that in 1 minute we have 60 seconds. So how many seconds do we have in total for 300 minutes? We're going to say 300 minutes times 60 seconds. So we add a 0 as a placeholder there. 0, 0, then 18. And we're going to see that we have 18,000 seconds. The S has already been put for you there. So it's 1 hour with 60 minutes, and in each minute we know it's 60 seconds. So firstly, we say 5 times 60 to get the number of minutes in 5 hours, which is 300 minutes. So if each minute is 60 seconds, for us to get the total number of minutes in the total number of seconds in 300 minutes, we say 300 times 60. Then we get 18,000. Then moving on to number 7, we're given a list of numbers 12, 15, 27, 29, 91, and 93. From the list of numbers, write down a cube number and a prime number. So first of all, you might want to know what a cube number is. So a cube number is a number that we get after multiplying a number by itself 3 times. Right? A number that we get after multiplying a certain number by itself twice. Right? For example, if we look at these, I can straight away see that 27 is a cube number. Why? It's 3 times 3 times 3, which gives me 27. So 3 is our cube number, right? Because we get it after multiplying 3 times. That's exactly what makes it a cubic number, right? And a prime number. A prime number, it is a number that cannot be divided by 2, 1, so it is only divisible by 1 and itself. And from this list we see that 12 is divisible by 2. In other words, 2 can get into 12. So we'll be left with 9. For 93 we know 3 can get into 93. For 91 not too sure. Then 29. So we're left with what? 3 can also get into 15. So it should be a number that is divisible only by itself and 1, which is these two numbers. Right? A prime number, but we only need 1 there, so we are going to write 91 instead. 91. So if we look closely, 91 is divisible by 7. So it's only 29 that we have as our prime number. 29 is the only number that is divisible by 1 and itself. So we write 29. Alright. Then we move on to number 8. We have a bit of vectors there. Then we have v, which is minus 1, 3, y, 2, and 5. Then find part A, v minus y. So v minus y. For the v, we're writing this. For y, we're writing this. So it's minus 1 and 3, subtracting 2 and 5. So the top part subtracts the other top part. The bottom part subtracts the corresponding bottom part. So it's minus 1 minus 2, which gives me minus 3. 3 minus 5. That's a smaller number subtracting a bigger number. So we reverse it. 5 minus 3, we get 2. But because it's a smaller number subtracting a bigger number, that should give us a minus. That's how we get minus 3 minus 2. Right? Then 2v, it means we're multiplying v by 2. So we put 2 and write our v, which is minus 1, 3. So this 2 is going to multiply all these numbers inside these large brackets. So we're going to get 2 times minus 1, which is minus 2. 2 times 3, which gives you 6. Then you write your minus 2. Minus 2, 6. Then for number 9, a suit costs 6,500 rupees. Calculate the cost of the suit in dollars when the exchange rate is 1 rupee for $0.013. So the suit costs this much of rupees, and we know 1 rupee is this amount in dollars. So we're saying 6,500 or 6,500 right here. So it's 1 rupee for 0.013. So if it's 6,500 or 6,500 rupees, that would be more, right? That will be more. So it would be 6,500 over 1 times 0.013, like that. Then we get a number in dollars, which comes down to $84.5. If we give my dollar sign there, 84.5. Moving on to the next question.